Welcome, yet again, everyone, to another episode of the Lava Lamp Lounge with your friends Chris and Cody, where we talk about a random board game and a random movie. How are you doing?
Not bad. How about you?
Not bad. How many Arizonas in are you at this point?
This is 4, and I have 5th one waiting to.
So that in and of itself was a sobriety test because I think I counted the cans, and I think I might have counted 1 or 2 more than that. I guess we'll get right into it. The board game that we are going to be talking about is Townsfolk Tussle.
Townsfolk Tussle.
A little bit of a rundown of the game for the folks at home.
Yeah, like the actual story.
Whatever you want to do.
So the story is, there's a small town.
Eureka Springs.
Yes. Say it again.
Oh, Eureka Springs.
Eureka Springs. The sheriff went a little crazy, and there's a bunch of ruffians kind of coming into town and causing trouble with the townsfolk. And a couple of the townsfolk are fighting back. Certain characters are standing up to these bosses. And essentially, you go through a buying phase, an event phase, where all sorts of things can happen, either positive or negative. And then you go through a buying phase where you buy from this town merchant. And then after that, you go through the fighting phase. There are 4 phases. There are 4 bosses you go through. The final boss has... every single boss has a final boss phase where they have extra things to their character. Essentially, yeah, that's the phases you go through. And obviously the main part of the story, or the main part of the game, is the boss battling. And that's a lot of fun. The game can be kind of long, but there's ways to modify it, so you can only go through maybe like 3 of the bosses or 2 of the bosses. But essentially, it is just a fun, just cooperative boss battler.
Each of the bosses also have their own specific setup. So there's a specific map for each boss. And on that map, there's different terrain pieces.
Generally, they all play a little different.
Yeah, and they all have their own decks. So when they attack, when it's the boss's turn, so to speak, you simply flip the top card of the boss's deck. That'll tell you what the boss does. And then everyone will go in their turn order.
One boss will, move throughout the terrain easily. Another boss will just steamroll over people. Another boss has, little minions that you have to fight. Another boss drains all your equipment. Another boss will...
Yeah, I hated that.
It's just a heavy hitter. And then on top of that, if they are the final boss, is randomly sorted out. If they are the final boss, there's an extra element to their character that you have to fight. Either you have to use some kind of summoning.
Yeah, it's
tokens.
not simply necessarily as easy as taking them out. You have to do something extra.
Pay them extra money as you fight them
for the final roll. And I guess that's kind of where some of the replayability of this game comes in, right? Because you don't know. It's 4, right? Is it 4 or 5?
4.
Yeah. So you'll basically randomly seed 4 bosses, and you'll have your buy phase, first boss, buy phase, second boss, buy phase, third boss, till you get to the final boss. But you don't know what order that you're seeding the bosses in, and all these different bosses, they have a special. The final boss will have a special, for lack of a better word, objective. And if you accomplish that objective, you can unlock additional loot, right? So it comes with a separate box where all this secret gear is and secret loot. And if you satisfy certain special objectives on the last boss, some of them are really wacky too. Make sure if you have so-and-so in your group that so-and-so does no damage to the boss.
Or is the final...
or does the final hit or something. Yeah. And if you manage to accomplish these, goals, then you'll get more gear. So it's kind of nice because you have this replayability. If you're playing it straight, you don't know what boss you're going to get, and you don't know who's going to be in your party that you're playing with, because different people like to play as different characters. So that's kind of fun. And a lot of the fun is the loot that you're getting and the loot that you're equipped with. You also have little kind of side objectives each boss battle. They call them feats of metal. And basically what you're doing is if at one point you can be, then they're random things. If you're 10 feet away, or excuse me, 10 squares away from the ruffian, you get 3 extra points or that sort of thing.
If you end the match with only 1 life point.
Right.
If you use 3 consumable items.
Yeah.
So there is a way for you to kind of do your own thing. You're kind of encouraged to kind of be selfish in a way during a fight.
Because who scores the most of those is the sheriff for the final battle.
Then you get more money and other things, other perks.
Yeah.
So there's a way that you're always working with each other, but there is sometimes an incentive to do something that might take you away from the boss battling and kind of not work against your team, but kind of selfishly work on your own objective. Yeah.
So you'll have your movement. So you'll have a movement score. That's how many movement squares that your character can move. You'll have Moxie score. That's how many individual actions they can take. And all these terrain items that we mentioned earlier on the board, you can interact with, but they generally will cost different Moxie. And even using your weapon will cost Moxie as well. So you have to pay that in mind if you only have like a certain amount of Moxie. And you can't use the same weapon twice. So if all I have is a bat and I have 2 Moxie, and let's say the bat costs 1 Moxie to use, I still can't use that bat twice if that's the only weapon I have. So that's like one thing to consider. And there's a lot of like random, like kind of fun, cartoony elements on the board. Like the farmer in the farmhouse come out. You can have him come out and shotgun somebody. Shoot the beehive, have the bees get the,
Use the truck to mow someone over.
Off the board.
Yep.
That's 3 damage?
Yep.
So Granny's down to 1.
Has a little bit different stats. Some of them are better range, some of them are better with health or movement.
Or being closer.
Each character has their own special ability. Like one character can, once per game, move, or once per battle, move anywhere they want in the board. Another one can steal an item. Another one can heal someone.
Push the guy or pull him.
Every character's a little bit different. So what drew you to this game?
The art, probably.
The art, that was the biggest thing that drew you to this game.
Yeah, the art just looked fun.
The art is very fun.
Yeah.
Like the characters, the villains. Honestly, like we've talked about, like we wanted to play multiple scenarios to get certain characters as a
we wanted to see we wanted to see how the other bosses would fight.
Yeah,
so it's we haven't fought this guy yet because you're always putting it at random, so you don't know. I mean, I guess you can cheat and say we never fought with him. I'm going to put him in the thing. I know what end boss you want to fight.
Bort Dovis.
What?
He is such a fun character. We'll show pictures of him. We played Bort Dovis on
tonight.
The scenario that you'll see. But he's just a funny character.
He's just literally a fat tourist, like bumbling around.
He's not even a villain. He just he's like he just happens to be there and
taking pictures and blinding you, taking damage,
showing
a photo album.
Every character, like villain and good guy, has like a small little backstory to them, and it's just a fun little added thing. All right, so what are some issues you have with the game?
There's a couple I have, like right off the bat. I feel like the game is too long.
Common thing that we've complained about.
Too long for what it is. Now, because there's not much to it. You're fighting a boss. You can house rule it, like Cody said earlier, if you want to just have less bosses. But I always feel like anytime we do that, it kind of feels a little out of whack because we don't have necessarily the equipment we needed or whatever. Yeah. And next thing you know, without fail, every time we play Townsfolk Tussle, it's like, oh crap, 4 hours went by. We could have played like many other. We could have played like Root Dune or whatever, like many other games that have more depth.
I don't think we've ever regretted playing it. It is a lot of fun.
I feel, but that's all we're doing for the night generally if we play this.
I feel like you feel it as you're grabbing the game. You're like, oh, this is gonna be like 4 hours. Afterwards, we're always like, yeah, that was fun. You're in it because there's all sorts of things to think through and do. You're never bored. But before you grab the game, you just sit there and go like, do we want to spend 4 hours on this one game?
Tussle. I'll guess for you, a 9.
Oh no, 8.
All right. I actually thought you liked it more.
When we first played this game, I loved it, and it was fun. It was really, really cool.
Well, it was actually nice to play it again tonight because even though because it's been a while,
we powered through it.
It
was really fun. It just all the characters and everything like that. Again, it's just the length.
Mm-hmm.
If it was just 2 hours, like, even if it was like an hour game, I would be like, this game is so much fun. Like, let's play this all the time. Like, if it was like 2 bosses or something like that, I would be like, this is so much fun. It's a fun little strategy. I love the art. I love all that stuff.
Yeah, again, it's
long
for what it is.
Yeah, it's just too long.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, no, it's a great fucking game. Like, complaining about a game that's really good is just too long. Feels like a goofy thing to complain about.
Right.
So I would give it an 8.
All right. You know what I'd give it, probably.
7.
Yeah.
Solid fucking game. It's honestly...
There's times, though, where we'll play it and we'll just have, like, a nice, fun story. It's like, oh, you move the car and you hit him, and then the next car, you know...
it plays out
like a cartoon.
Yeah. Honestly, the artwork itself, like, if it was a video game or a comic, or if they just made, like, posters, like, I would buy it. Because it's really cool fucking art.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's like, there is a Cuphead the game, but... This is like Cuphead the game, really. Yeah. Like, as far as board games. I don't know. I recommend it, though. If your group likes boss battlers and they like kind of that fun old school animation artwork, don't mind a little violence with their fun old school animation artwork, then I highly recommend it.
Fantastic.
We're back. All right. So, Jesus Christ, man, just keep them coming, man. All right. Okay. So I understand you watched a film tonight.
I did. I powered through it.
We can take that a number of different ways.
Just because the time restriction.
Okay. And what is the name of that film that you powered through tonight?
Honestly, no, this actually kind of relates to the game.
Does it?
We'll get into it. But the movie that I watched tonight and you watched 2 weeks ago...
Whenever it was, yeah.
...is...
Do we say it, or is it going to cut it in, or are you going to do it? I don't know.
Yeah, we'll do something.
Yeah, okay. It's coming in. Hundreds of beavers!
Hundreds of beavers!
Jesus freak, she's a freak for Jesus. She's a very anointed girl, the kind of girl you wanna make her head down to her toenails, down to her feet. She waits for me at the service with her Bible.
Hundreds of beavers.
Hundreds of beavers.
This ties into the game so well in so many ways.
Hundreds of beavers ties into what game?
Townsfolk Tussle.
Townsfolk Tussle, the game we spoke about tonight.
Because it is great, fun, entertaining, but too long.
That's all. Oh, that's your...
Yes.
Okay.
Too long.
Well, hold on. Before we get into issues of length, let's talk a little bit about the film. I'll talk about it. So, apparently, these gentlemen on kind of a shoestring budget kind of pieced together this comedy, and it's almost... The aesthetic of it is almost like a kind of live-action... animation puppet mascot kind of mashup.
Very much a Looney Tunes.
Almost like a live action Looney Tunes, yes. And it's about a Applejack guy who's out in the wilderness who ends up getting his livelihood destroyed by a bunch of beavers and ends up kind of going on a rampage eventually to take out the beavers.
Just trying to survive the wilderness.
Yeah, he has like a mentor at some point who kind of teaches him about trapping, and he learns about the art of selling pelts and selling fur to a trader there, and he ends up falling in love with the trader's daughter. And the trader says, "Oh, no. You can't have my daughter until you kill or bring me whatever it is.
Hundreds of pelts."
Yeah, and I don't know, and then it kind of kicks off from there. And there's also I would say, not only Looney Tunes, but also a video game element to it.
Yeah, I was
For
thinking
sure.
just like that when he first meets this trader that he needs to like purchase items from using pelts.
The whole movie's almost him leveling up.
He has to like the first item he gets costs like 1 pelt, and he keeps doing that, and then you see that
he
the
gets a
final
knife,
thing is a wedding ring for the daughter, and that costs like
Eventually.
infinite amount of pelts. And so like the movie goes where he gets each item, and you can kind of gauge what the next item is going to cost this, and he keeps going through those to the final thing. The whole thing that he's working towards is with this wedding ring for the trader's daughter. It is very much a very simple video game, very simple kind of cartoon setup.
Yeah, and there's a lot of course, funny choreography
Gags
and slapstick elements.
Yeah. So again, like Chris said, like, it's a very nice... Honestly, I like how simple the story was. Like, you knew the setup. His livelihood
You're kind
was
of
taken.
going all in on
He starts being a trapper.
Yeah.
You see immediately, like, his goals, where he's going to have to get towards.
Literally, you see them. Like, it's,
and then he just...
They're illustrated out for you.
Because there is no talking, there's no anything to the...
There's sounds.
Yes, it is black and white, there's no sound, there's no talking.
Yeah.
You get
it's
everything.
Like mumbling and no.
You're totally fine without it.
Yeah.
Everything is described to you. Or, you get everything you need to just by the sounds and the images.
It's really leaning into the aesthetic, yeah.
It goes through... the setup is perfect. The story, honestly, is like a fun little simple little story. It's humorous. It's fun. There's little, things here and there, like little, not necessarily twists, but like, for it being black and white, for it being, no speaking, no dialogue.
What's wrong with black and white?
Well, I'm just saying, like, if you're lost in it.
Yeah.
You're quickly lost in it.
Yeah.
You don't realize that it is 2 hours. Though I felt like the length a little bit. Yeah. But it is almost 2 hours. Yeah. And is like non-stop stuff happening. It's just a fun little simple story. He just has to get a bunch of very goofy.
Yep. Got anything else you want to say about it? Where's the big hairy butt? There's a big hairy butt. But
just like the board game we played, I feel like because it is nothing but gags and there's like 8 levels or items he has to get to.
It kind of gets.
He could cut out 2 of them. And make it a little bit shorter. I was never bored.
Oh, you weren't? I was
never bored.
I was getting there. It kind of felt exhausting at some point. I'm like, okay.
Because there's literally non-stop gags.
I'm like, let's go.
But I feel like you could have shortened it down.
Yeah.
Just like the board game, they're all great things. But you could have made it
Townsfolk
a little
Tussle.
shorter. Yeah, you could have made it a little bit shorter.
But it just felt a little long to me, and it was definitely like, and we've mentioned this before of other movies we've talked about. To me, it's definitely an experience film. Yeah. Like, you could probably imagine, because I saw it in the theaters, so you can probably imagine how kind of like raucous and more kind of exciting it might have been, like to watch a movie like that in the theaters than if you're like watching this at home. Yeah. I feel like it's the type of movie that it is. It's like it's an experience film. And it's not something that I would watch over and over again,
It's, like you said, an experience film, you experience it once, you get everything there is to get. Right. I wouldn't mind watching it again.
Or show it to new people or something. Yeah.
But it's not something like I'm going to rewatch over and over and over again, like, Big Trouble or something like that.
Right. But it was definitely...
It is very interesting and cool, and I think everyone should check it out at least once.
Yeah.
Especially if you're our age and you grew up with Looney Tunes and all that kind of stuff. It is fun. It's impressive. Visually cool.
That being said, I'm thinking you're making a lot of comparisons. Well, particularly with length. Mm-hmm. Townsfolk Tussle. So I'm just going to guess that you're going to be rating it the same, an 8.
It is impressive. Yeah. It is cool.
Oh, you're going to rate it less.
Awesome.
Less.
No.
Oh.
With the length and everything, like... I couldn't go less than 8 because I'm just so impressed by it. Okay. It is so freaking cool. But
it's an 8.
Again, it's one of those movies that if I never saw it again, I'd be like, honestly, I would watch clips from it, and I'd be like, yeah, that was a great movie. I never need to actually see the whole movie again.
But
But
you're
it's
kind of-
almost 2 hours to watch.
But you're kind of ADHD with things anyway, so like you
sitting down.
you don't watch shows, you watch clips. You watch.
Sitting down for 2 hours.
I told you it was 2 hours too. Like when you were like watching it last
just-
minute in preparation for this review tonight, and you're like, it's 2 hours long. And
I just saw Braveheart for the first time.
Oh God, you
and
did
I'm
not
like,
sit through Brave. It took you probably 2
no,
weeks.
It did. No, exactly. I watched the first...
You like watch like 15 minutes a day. Or
I watched the first hour, and then I fell asleep.
Length.
There is such thing as too much of a good thing.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like my dick.
That's getting cut out. 7 for me. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Please like, please subscribe. Don't forget to comment on YouTube. Let us know what you think. Do you want us to review more things? Are there certain things you want us to review? Are there certain things you don't want us to review? What do you like? What do you want to see more of? Thank you so much for listening. Thanks so much for watching. Good night.